Good morning. Are we gonna have PBA? Okay. Okay. Is the clerk's office ready? Okay, I will call this meeting to order. Notice of this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners was posted on May 17th, 2022. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer to lead our prayer and pledge of allegiance? Don't everyone jump at once.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
You're our fearless leader today.
I think we will stand and do a brief moment of silence, and then I will lead our pledge of allegiance. Will you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item number 1, I believe, is a shine item, Mr. Taylor.
Yes, this item, historically, the folks that are on the Shine Cruise have parked at McDonald's on Western. McDonald's is getting ready to expand and go into that parking lot. So the neighbors across the street have offered their parking lot. And if no other questions, I will move the item.
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Item number 2, Mr. Wilkerson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is our annual actuarial agreement with Sageview for our post-employment benefits reporting. This is just financial reporting that they do. There was an increase this year of about $1,500 on the contract due to just some additional reporting requirements. So just ask for your approval on this.
Okay. Any questions?
This is where they prepare the GASB, right?
Correct.
All right. Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 3, Ms. Karen Kent.
Good morning, Commissioners. As you're aware that Tyler Gammon, our current Director of Planning, has decided to retire. When we started looking to post the job and look at the job description, we noticed with the statutes of the state that it's possibly not supposed to be a department head, that there's some change that in the statute it's a different layout. So we've done some talking on it and looked up the statute, and I think Joe was going to speak on it. Joe, do you want to speak on this?
Sorry, must have left my phone in the car.
So like Karen mentioned, since Tyler has been here for so long, it's probably been assumed that that was a director's position under the BOCC. When we took a quick look at the statute, it seemed to indicate that the Planning Commission had the authority to appoint such staff or that they could contract for services. So I think just for clarity, that perhaps deferring this item and getting with Gretchen and Aaron. I sent them up a question earlier today, try to give them a heads up on this, but get clarity on the matter to make sure that you all are and we are following the statute. Because I think there was some thought that maybe this position reported to the county engineer, but when you look at the statute, the county engineer's role appears to be one of enforcement of regulations and the collection of fees, not the supervision of the staff. So just to make sure it's done correctly, since this is an area that, I've been here 17 years and Tyler's been here longer than that, so it's probably just been assumed. So
So you said you submitted a question to the DA's office.
an informal one, just
Okay.
I was trying to give him a heads up.
Okay.
And I hit Aaron with it 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago,
Okay.
and Gretchen just walked in. So,
Is this item sufficient if we were to defer this to, say, the next regular meeting, or is this item sufficient for whatever response we may get from the DA's office to make a decision on this?
it would be my opinion that if this item were not sufficient, that you could always place an item on the next agenda that
Okay.
was sufficient.
Okay.
And I think in visiting with Stacy, Tyler's not retiring closer to the end of June, so we have some time
Okay.
to make sure that it's done correctly. But that statute is 19868.4, staff and finances fees. And that's the statute that I was told that we were operating under, and it deals with counties with population in excess of 500,000. So, but I'm not the lawyer, so.
Aaron, I know he just spoke about this with you a minute ago, and maybe do either you or Gretchen have any comment right now? No comment. Okay. Would you all like to wait until we hear from the DA's office to make a decision?
Yes, I'll
Okay.
move to defer till June 6th BOCC meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to defer this item to June 6th BOCC. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, Planning Commission. What do we have from Planning Commission? No one? Eric? I believe one of these was deferred from the last meeting.
Right. This particular item is to correct an error in an address that was filed in the plat initially. So this is just to file a new plat to correct that address error.
Yeah, and I know that Commissioner Calvi was waiting to hear from some of the individuals in the neighborhood. I don't know that that has occurred yet. Similarly, Eric, as with everything planning today, evidently can I defer this till the June 6th meeting as well?
Sure.
So I apologize for not knowing what's going on with this, but I know that he wanted to talk to, this is a very simple thing, but there's a lot of other stuff on the outside of it that's going on that we need to talk to not only the developer, but everybody else. So motion to, I say that. We were about to make a motion to defer the Addington Farms issue, but if you've got more on that, there you go.
Yeah, thank you. I would ask that we defer this item just until the next meeting. I have not had a chance to visit with the developer yet.
Second that motion.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to defer item 4 to, I believe, June 6th, which is our next regularly scheduled meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Eric. Okay, our sheriff, items 5, 6, and 7.
5 and 6 are from the last meeting where we were talking about the contract for the website. I had to get a little bit more information. MIS is aware they were actually sent the contract as well to go over it. This website will be hosted through the county server. And what it just gives us the ability to do is be interactive. If we have things going on in the community, we can push out information right then and there so we can run the website and don't have to really go through MIS to do all that. And everybody seems to be in agreement and supportive of this.
Any other questions?
I'll move the item.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
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 Was that for 5 and 6?
I believe that was just for 5.
Okay.
I'll
6 is
I'll move it for 6 as well.
Second.
I just want to ask a clarifying question.
Okay.
So so your website will be hosted on the county's,
It will be
Our county
hosted
server.
through the county server, yes.
Okay.
That way we can pull things like warrants over, so
Okay.
people can look up warrants and heat maps and stuff for crime to see where that's kind of at. And
okay,
then, like I said, should something happen, manhunt or whatever we're on involved in that's active at the time, we can go in there and push that information out immediately. So it just gives us the ability to really control and maintain our own website.
Just a clarification from IT. Is that a doable process? IT's coming.
To the best of my knowledge, I was not aware this was being hosted on the county website server itself. Dane is currently out due to some medical issues, so I need to consult with him. I was not aware that it was going to be hosted in here. If it's for information pulling back, we would have to review some security issues that may have already been reviewed that I just don't know. I don't have enough information on this yet.
Wouldn't it be just a matter of, for that portion of the website, granting admin privileges to the sheriff's office so that it's not like they're going into the server and changing anything there. That would still be the purview of IT. This would just be
That's what I
what
don't know,
actually
sir.
gets posted.
That's what I'm not sure of. I need to see how it's supposed to interact before I can intelligently answer that question.
Sheriff, do you know? Okay. Okay. Do you know if there was another MIS staff member that maybe you spoke with, or maybe that someone on your team spoke with? Okay. Okay, so maybe just that didn't quite make it up to you yet.
No,
Okay.
and I don't think it would have made it up to Dane either, because Dane and I
Okay.
talked quite a bit, and
Okay.
this was not on. I don't know.
Okay.
So we will get those answers.
Okay.
Sir, appreciate you.
Is there an
So,
action on item 6?
Well, yeah, I had moved it, and I believe it had been second, so it is up for the vote right now.
So there's a motion and a second to approve item 6, and we've already approved item 5. It'll just be under the assumption that you're going to work with IT
this
to answer
is
some of
an
these
adversarial
questions.
thing. This is
Yeah.
giving
Good.
us capabilities that we don't have right now. We need to be able to control and do what we need to do, and oftentimes, going through MIS just makes that process very long and complicated.
Right, and that's no flies on MIS.
No flies at all.
Their expertise and the critical work that MIS does is, with the hardware, the servers, all that kind of stuff. They're, I imagine with the current staff they do, they don't have the staff to keep up in real time with things like, your bailiwick is the most real time out of all our, county offices. So I can see where having that capability to update that portion of the county website that's really in your office would be something done more directly with you all.
Yes, yes. This isn't a standalone thing. This is just a team thing, trying to help each other out and be able to do what we need to do.
Okay, there's a motion and a second to approve item 6. All in favor say aye.
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 Number 7 is a renewal between Snap-on equipment. This is for the extended warranty on the JBC Prism aligner model. This model number and serial number are there, not to exceed $1,272.
Can you maybe help me and the public understand what the JBC Prism aligner is?
You know what, ma'am? I don't know myself.
It's an auto parts deal. It's Snap-on equipment.
Snap-on, so I'm sure it has something to do with our mechanics.
They do the own alignments for their vehicles.
Okay.
Wheel alignments.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Just say car stuff, and then I know what you're talking
Vehicles.
about.
Those
Vehicle
guys are
things.
spun up to a different level. They get to
Okay.
talk, and I'm just like, okay.
Okay. Any questions on item 7?
I'll move the item.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Sheriff. Commissioner comments, District 2.
Car stuff. Commissioner can't be at 2 places at once, so I am sitting in for him. Thank you.
Okay. No comments.
Okay, is there a motion to enter into executive session?
So moved.
there a second?
Hello, yeah, second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I could take him to a bar.
That works too, but you'll probably have to drink it.
Okay. Okay, is there a motion to return to regular session?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, is there action on item 9?
I would move we proceed as discussed in executive session.
Second?
There's a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And are there any citizens wishing to speak? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Do you want to walk around and go speak on them?
Gibson, how are you?
You need to have some words. They all run together. Good, how are you? You want to be on PBA? Yeah, you should. Sometimes I'll be leaving, I'll be like, hey, what? I know what you were.
Actually, now that I remember, it's like.
One thing about her, you ask her a question, she gives you an answer.
Well, for PBA, I'm on this side.
No, we're starting in 1 minute. Okay. Are you chairing or am I chairing?
Oh,
or-
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and call this meeting of the Public Buildings Authority to order. Commissioner Bloomert and myself are present as trustees. Notice meeting was properly posted on May 17th, 2022. First item is discussion and possible action regarding chairs and tables being used by and for District 2 Open House on May 28th, 2022. Mr. Taylor.
Yes, annual open house. We failed to get this on Monday's PBA, so I'm asking for forgiveness there. And just getting permission so we can ask for the chairs and tables.
Okay.
Can you
And-
remind me where these chairs and tables are coming from?
The items from Lincoln.
Okay.
Yeah, and this would be out at your District 2 yard there at I-240 and Anderson.
Yes, our annual open house at the yard.
Very good. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Do we have a motion
Sure.
to, thank you, Mike. Do we have a motion to recess into executive session?
I'll move we recess.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're in executive session.
Maybe someday we'll sign it. We have one action to take. Okay, are we ready to? Okay.
Is there a motion to return from executive session?
I'll move we return.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Is there any motion regarding item 3? You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I would move on item 3 that we waive service of process on the matter, and that we we request the district attorney's office to specially appear on the matter and to move to dismiss.
I will second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there any citizens wishing to speak for the PBA? See none. Are there any board comments?
Nope.
See none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll move we adjourn.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, we are adjourned.
Now we can have budget.
Now we have budget board, yes.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, now, which one do I listen to, you or the lady in charge? Okay, excellent. Okay, we will call this meeting of the Budget Board to order. Roll call, please.
Hold on a second. We're still working on it. It just takes a minute to get the computers switched over.
Those of you out there waiting, you're more than welcome. Smoke if you got them. Can we call it to order now? All right.
Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office, Tommy Johnson.
Rick Warren,
Carrie Blumert.
Oklahoma County Clerk David Hooten.
Michael Taylor for Commissioner Brian Mon.
Butch Freeman, Oklahoma County Treasurer.
Kevin Calvi, present.
Larry Stein, Oklahoma County Assessor, present.
Okay. Notice of this meeting was posted on Tuesday, May 17th. At this time, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. If you'd please rise. And Sheriff, would you please be kind enough to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item is approval of minutes, and I believe we have in our packets minutes from the meeting on April 21st as well as the meeting on April 26th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to approve as presented. Hearing no changes or deletions or whatever, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Consent agenda. Consent agenda, I believe, is items 2 through 29.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Hearing no questions or comments, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Yeah, I suggest we take up item, where is it? 39, since we have guests on that matter.
Item
yes.
39. Oh, okay. Excellent.
Okay, item 39, my name is on here, but I do want to recognize Mr. Larry Stein for also helping us with this. So if you do not know, May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And we have a few people here who, if you would like to come up to the front, introduce yourselves and talk a little bit about what you do and why you're here, and then we'll read your resolution.
Go ahead and pull that microphone down.
Yeah, make sure you pull the mic down.
Hello, I'm Valerie Filippo, and I'm 4th District Committee Woman for the Oklahoma County GOP, as well as a realtor in the area for over 20 plus years. And my story is more unique than others in that I was a foreign-born adoptee, and my mother actually legislated with then Senator Lyndon B. Johnson to bring foreign-born adoptees into the United States. And Oklahoma has been my home for the last 50 plus years, and I love it here. And I thank you for the opportunities I've had.
Hi, that's kind of loud. Hi, I'm Toon Nguyen, and I am the past president of the Asian District Cultural Association. I'm also one of the founders of that association, which brought the Asian Night Market Festival to Oklahoma City, the very first one, and up until this day. I've rolled off as the as the president of the board. We are actually in midst. Valerie as well is serving on this wonderful board with us, but we are in the midst of creating an Asian chamber. Greater Oklahoma City Asian Chamber, so that's to come. But we're here because May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. It's recognized by in the past through legislation, and it's nationally recognized as a month to celebrate heritages of first the Japanese that came here, and actually the Chinese immigrants that came here from through the railroad, and then Oklahoma City's home to over 20,000, 30,000 Vietnamese refugees after the Vietnam War. Just want to recognize this as our Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
I motion to approve.
And Toon, do you feel comfortable maybe sharing a small snippet of your story? Because I've heard it and it's pretty incredible.
Sure. So my mom and I left Vietnam when I was 4 years old on a boat. We left behind my dad, my sister, my brother, all of our family with nothing. In the boat with about 200 other people, crammed in like sardines. In mid-ocean, we ran out of food, water, and so luckily we didn't get raided by any pirates or anything, but luckily we were rescued by a U.S. Navy ship that actually brought us to a refugee camp. That's where we were able to come here by the sponsorship of a Baptist church in Midwest City. I've landed here, called this home. This is my home. I've grown up here. I'm an OU Sooner. Although I'm not born, but I'm bred Sooner. I bleed, not orange. But so that's my story. I graduated from OU with a bachelor's in biochemistry, master's in biostatistics epidemiology, but now I own my own independent insurance agency in the Asian district, and I'm giving back to the community, and I serve a lot of our community with our multilingual services. So looking to make an impact and a difference on our communities. Thank you.
And do you have a date for the upcoming Asian Night Market Festival?
Yes. That date is August the 20th, 2022.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Absolutely. And that's a fantastic festival. I wasn't able to make it last year, but the year before it was fantastic. We were out of town last year, and we were privileged, my family and my own church, to house a number of refugees from Vietnam through our Catholic church that many years ago. I was a kid at the time, but I remember very vividly, and was also privileged to, on behalf of the Vietnamese, Oklahoma City Vietnamese Association, to sponsor a resolution in the legislature recognizing the flag of the Republic of Vietnam as the flag of the Vietnamese community of Oklahoma City. So we appreciate what you do very much.
And also, I'd like to see if we can continue that to make sure that the Vietnamese flag is recognized, the South Vietnamese flag.
Consider it done. We'll work on that. I'll be in touch.
She might have not made it, but so Tinker has a AAPI month celebration in the upcoming. It's going to be Thursday, May 26th. So if any of you guys on board would like to attend, I thought she would be here, but I guess she wasn't able to make it today to tell you more about their celebration. I think it's going to be one of their first coming back from COVID. It should be a big celebration that is bringing, I think, a colonel, some, I'm not sure, some number, dignitaries. And so I hope that any of you are able to come.
And when is that? The 6th?
Yeah, 26th.
26th.
Yep.
May.
Yep. So next Thursday.
Great.
11 till 2.
Okay.
Is there a motion on item 39?
I motion to approve.
I've got a second.
Thanks for the help there, Commissioner.
Sorry. I got excited.
Okay, I believe we do have a motion and a second to approve the resolution. Does anyone, should we be reading the resolution?
It's not attached. I don't know why it's not attached. Did we send you a resolution? Okay. We have a resolution that you sent us that we made some changes to, and it's not attached. So
We'll present it to you.
we'll have a nice printed copy for you.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
Okay, we have a Motion and a second to approve resolution as written.
Presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing all ayes, we'll declare it to be passed. Congratulations.
Thank you all.
Tune and Valerie, would you like a picture? Okay.
Please.
Okay.
We take a picture of just us, you always just
The professional. Wow, paparazzi. Did you take one?
No. I hit the wrong button. I do that all the time.
I've had the personal opportunity over the years to work with our Vietnamese community, and that is one of the strongest communities, in my personal opinion, that we've got within Oklahoma County. Very courageous bunch of people. All of their stories are like what we've heard here today. And again, a very courageous bunch of people who add so very much to our county. So thank you. Okay, at this time then, we'll go back to, I believe, item number 30.
Did we approve consent?
Yes.
Okay.
Which one, Danny? PowerPoint or monthly report? PDF.
Let's go with the PowerPoint this time.
Gotcha.
I'm going to hit just a couple slides since we have a long agenda. The first is the general fund budget. Highlighted the reserve. We have 2.6 million. There is an item on this agenda to move 300,000 out of reserve to another department. I just wanted to point out when we built the budget for next fiscal year, we had it built in a lapse out of reserve of the 2.6 million. So if we move another 300,000 out, that's just that much less we have in September. Couple slides over. General fund looking good. We got a cash balance of 29.4 million. And then a couple more slides over. Employee benefits fund still tracking. We estimate based on numbers through April that we'll end the year with a little over $1 million in cash balance. So hopefully we won't have to move any money out of reserve to finish out the year, but it's not looking like we will. And then the very last slide is the capital projects. I just want to point this out down there toward the bottom left where it's highlighted. We've got unallocated funds of 26,000. Right above that, we still have $247,025 in capital projects as needed. That was budgeted from last year. So we took that into consideration when we built the budget for next year, which the recommendation that's coming to you guys that BET is making. Cody will touch on that here in a little bit.
Can you say that one more time? There's 200,000 remaining in capital projects.
Yeah, yes. We have 240,000 remaining of the 300,000 that was budgeted this fiscal year.
Okay.
And there's still 7,000 from the prior year that's available also. And then the unallocated amount of 26,000. All total, we've got about, 270,000 available for projects.
Any further questions?
Motion to receive the report.
Thank you.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
I believe, let's go back to item 39 just very briefly. I believe our additional guest has just shown up. So if you would, please.
Judge Mai.
Judge Mai.
Come on
Come
up.
on
No,
up here.
Come on up to the microphone.
We're old. We don't hear very well.
Speak for yourself.
Good morning. Thank you so much for recognizing Asian Heritage Month. I'm so sorry. I was in a judicial meeting this morning, so I came in a little bit late. I thought we were a little bit behind in the schedule, but I'm here. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your recognition.
Would you be kind enough to tell us your story as well? Toon and Valerie were both kind enough to share that with us. Would you?
Yes. So I came to the United States as an immigrant when I was almost 11. My mother and I came, my father left when I was about 9 months old, so I never met him until I came to the United States. I didn't speak one word of English, and so I went to the 5th grade, moved up to Oklahoma, went to Moore West, graduated from Westmore as a valedictorian, went to Cornell University, worked in Houston for about 5 years in private banking, came back, went to OCU Law, private practice for 9 years, and came onto the bench.
My goodness, that again, just an incredible story. Very impressive. And thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you all.
And can I add one more thing? Is if you have never been to Our Lady's Cathedral and been to one of the masses, it's incredible. I've performed at some, and the music is just absolutely beautiful.
It is. Their masses, Christmas is incredible. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue now. Item 31, I believe John Wilkerson, you're up.
Sure, good morning. I have an attachment if you can pull that up on the agenda item. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. This report compares this fiscal year versus last fiscal year. And the good news is we're running net. What net means is we're under budget. We're less than we were last fiscal year. We've had a lot of big claimants this year, let you know, lots of big claims. We've spent since July 1st of this fiscal year about $3.5 million in COVID claims alone. That's a huge number, but luckily we got reimbursed and we have other big claims. But this report kind of puts in perspective of where we spend our money. Inpatient facility costs are up compared to last fiscal year because we've had a lot of big cases. But overall, if you look at the bottom number, that's the most important. We're running net, which means we're under budget, under last fiscal year. I met with national leaders of health plans last week all across the country, and I want to put this figure out there. What they expect with most of their clients is every year a standard 8 to 20% increase year to year. Year after year. That's what most people encounter. And over the last 5 years, we haven't had that impact. So our plan is doing very well. We're going to probably end this fiscal year next month in July with some big claim registers, but I expect us to end up net and not above where we were last fiscal year.
Any questions?
That's stunning.
Yes, good job.
Thank you.
Motion to approve, receive the report.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion to second receive. All favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Item 32. Mr. Cody.
Good morning, everyone. As far as the watch list is concerned, we don't have any new items added to it. We do have a couple of adjustments and a few removals since we met with you last. We removed court services. They added a new position on there. We're looking at considering that for September. So we went ahead and removed that from the watch list at this point. Juvenile had a pay parity item on there, which was removed, and some capital projects, which was removed. Juvenile has a couple, one new position in 2 different funding spots on your list. Those went up just a little bit, 1,400 in one category and 2,600 in the other. So a net gain of 4,000 on those 2 items. But that is those are the only changes to the watch list at this point. You do have, and Danny touched on this a little bit further down in your agenda, item number 42 would be $80,000 if it comes back into reserve. That would increase the $2.6 million. That $80,000, if it goes in there, would leave us with a balance of $2,743,168.83. And then you further down the agenda have item number 49, which if approved would remove 300,000 out of the reserve, which would leave the reserve just over 2.4 million.
Any questions for Cody?
Motion to receive the report.
Second.
Okay, you got a motion and a second to receive the report as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, John Wilkerson back to the podium for an extended stay.
Yes, sir. Standard renewals. Number 33 is for our annual actuarial study for our health plan. They determine our funding premium levels, reserves, et cetera. There's just an increase of $550 on this overall. So it was around $21,250. Now it's $21,800.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
Motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 34.
Item 34, this is our Connect Health benefit. This is our 100% benefit program referral service. Standard renewal, increase of $2 on this renewal per person per month. Just asking for your approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
$2
Per person.
Oh, per person.
Yeah, so they
So it's
usually
$10
calculate these as
per
per employee per month fees.
Okay, so we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passes. Item 35.
35, Summit Financial, they sign the contract for our prescription plan, get us great deals, increase our rebates by millions back to us. No increases on this contract.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
36.
Number 36, this is one of the best deals we have around with the Surgery Center of Oklahoma. They beat everybody prices out there, so just asking for your approval on this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
And
37.
Sure, 37 is our YMCA agreement. The county pays part of membership fees. We have 110 employees enrolled in it. No changes to this agreement or the pricing. Just asking for your approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got 110?
Mhm.
That's good.
There's 1,500 employees.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
38.
38,
You
John.
got 38.
38. That's yours.
Health check screening.
Left a little too soon. Yeah, no changes to this report. This is our discounted radiology agreement.
Motion to approve.
Thank you.
That was a really great description. All in favor? Aye.
So we're on
Okay, 39 we've already addressed. Item 40, Commissioner Calvi.
Yes. So, as many of you know, Gabriel Van Ness on my staff, who's been there with us since I took office, is leaving in August to take another job. And we certainly wish him well in all his endeavors. He'll be missed. We do have, Chelsea Barnett and Melly Demi on staff. For this board, we're going to go ahead and ask that Chelsea be rotated in to be our alternate on the handbook committee. So sometimes it'll be Chelsea, sometimes Molly, but on this one, we'd ask your indulgence on this, and I'll move the item.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 41, I believe this is yours, isn't it, Larry? No, I'm sorry, it's Hooten.
Yes, sir.
Rootin' Tootin'.
Discussion and possible action.
You don't have to read it.
We don't want to read it. Okay, let me read it.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 42. All right, Cody?
I can explain this one if you'd like.
All right, go ahead.
This was $80,000 that they were going to have a special election. They're giving this money back to us because they're able to have it on the general election on June 28th. So they're returning the money. And we
Motion.
appreciate that.
Second.
I want to clarify. It was, I think what Doug said was that our bond language can now be placed on the same paper as, Cody, am I correct? The bond language for the June 28th bond vote can be placed on the same page, maybe the back of an existing election ballot page. So they don't need the extra money to print extra ballots. Okay.
Right. This is why on the BOCC, we put that election on this ballot so that we would end up, you have to pay the money up front, but if it turns out they can do it without additional cost, as in this case, they pay it back, and that's what this is. So we were watching out for the taxpayers here by putting it on the primary ballot.
And I appreciate that, and certainly as a taxpayer, I appreciate it. I always hate to have a ballot, though, with an item on the back of the ballot, because so many people never
know.
turn it over.
And I want to clarify, I'm 99% sure that I would like Doug in the future to clarify if it's going to be on the back of something or maybe at the, I assume it's going to be on the back.
Yeah, I almost think it has to be on the
Yeah.
back if it's going to be on
You
the
can't
same
put it
sheet.
at the bottom. Yeah.
I don't even think they're gonna be able to fit all the candidates' names on the front of the ballot
Right.
this year.
Yeah.
You know, 13 people
think
running
the
for
board
US
should be-
Senate. I mean, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when
Okay.
you vote, anytime you vote, turn every paper over.
Yep.
Amen.
Yes.
And look for my name, for God's sake.
And mark through that one and then. Okay, any further discussion?
Have a
If not,
motion.
Second.
got a motion and a second on item 42. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 43. Hello.
Oh,
Oh.
yes, this is just to help us get through to the end of the year and asking for not to exceed 7,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 44, Commissioner Calvin.
Same thing, just to, transfer money in between accounts, no additional cost to the taxpayers, just to get us through the year with regard to our benefits.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve, all in favor?
Aye.
45.
And similarly, we are going to operations we didn't use all our travel funds, so we're going to go ahead and get that, and this one will go for actual material for upcoming projects, rock and some polypipe.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
46, Court Clerk.
Transfer general funds, similar things, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
47, Commissioner Bloomer.
Similar item, we are transferring in the amount not to exceed $30,000 from benefits to our operations. This is to assist Jones Public Schools with their brand new early childhood center. We have already done some other projects related to this early childhood center, and we'd like to help them with an additional piece of the project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Item 48, Jamie? Jamie's rep.
Good morning. This is just a request for transfer from our salary and benefits detention fund into our M&O fund. We've run into some issues with the chiller in detention, and we are running a little short on M&O this year due to some food costs and projects that we had to complete. So we're just requesting a transfer within our own budget, not asking for any additional money.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay. Got a motion second, all in favor?
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Incidentally, this young lady's also one of our newest employees on the retirement board and does a fantastic job. Item 49. Boys.
Just one.
Boy.
So this item, at the direction of the Policy and Governance Committee, they have asked that we request $300,000 from this board that was not budgeted for security software. This is for security software and upgrades that will be put in the network. This will probably not be the only time we come asking for it here.
So is this for $300,000 for 3 years or $300,000 per year?
No, this is one-time buys. We are trying to buy as many perpetual licenses as we can so that we do not have ongoing costs associated with it, or at least to minimize any ongoing costs.
And we get the upgrades free?
The upgrades will come with perpetual licensing.
Motion to approve.
Second.
And now this one is not within your current budget, so this does come out of the general fund reserve.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you said P&G recommended it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? Got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, Cody. Get ready, big guy.
Can I at least get like a bar stool or something? All right, it is that time of year to adopt the fiscal year budget for 22-23. BET has met, had some discussions. We only had just north of $270,000 more than we had last year to work with, so we were a little limited. This board had previously made a decision on the employer benefit expense for next year, which goes into effect on July 1. That would affect general fund budgets by just over $700,000. So we only had 270,000 more. So we were a little tight. So the approach that we took was starting off looking at it from a flat budget standpoint, and then going through each budget and seeing if there was anything that they had before in that budget that could be removed and pulled out to reduce that budget and potentially look at funding that in September when we get our supplement. Or we also looked at each budget when they had some requests for some items that we felt was an immediate need that we needed to fund up front, whether it was related to a contract or, in the case of the election board, some new salary dollars to be able to pay for part-time poll workers. It was extending a day, but they were needing that up front. September supplement would get really close on when they would need that money. So that's kind of the approach that we took. And at the end of the day, you can see on your cover sheet there where each individual budget is recommended at. Whenever we got through all of that, we had $1,857,608 that we are recommending putting into the reserve account. That's a little more than $800,000 less than what we started the year last year. There is no recommendation at this time on a COLA or any type of salary, merit-based salary increases that we've done in the last several years. We're just a little too tight right now on the budget. And those along with some other things we will look at as far as recommendations for the September supplement.
Okay, I think we'll take these three items separate because I do want to give all the budget board an opportunity to make any comments on the budget. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, just to receive the report would be my recommendation on item 50.
Receive the report.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, item 51, the department's estimate and needs, and that basically is what you were summarizing for us. Is there anything else you need to add to that? The general fund obviously is a big one.
No, sir. This is just an opportunity for the board to receive the estimate of needs that were submitted to BET in this process.
Motion to receive.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to receive. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now for the fun one. Item number 52, the general fund budget for fiscal year 22-23 and the amount not to exceed $111,679,440.00. Lead it.
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so I would, as Mr. Compton referenced, the September supplement may give us some additional revenue with which to adjust this budget. And I appreciate the work we've done. Many times when I was in the legislature, we had to do, things to make the budget meet and all that. I appreciate the departments that on a very temporary basis have, maybe they didn't agree to it, I don't know, but they're taking a little bit of a reduction in their budgets in order to make the balance meet. I would say, to the extent that we do have additional funds out there, there are two items that have become, very important because of actions taken by the state legislature. Number one, because of salary increases at the Highway Patrol. I know Sheriff Johnson has advocated for this. We're facing upward pressure in order to retain people at the sheriff's office because of, quite frankly, just the Highway Patrol being paid more, and that puts pressure on that for retention. The second thing would be at the jail. Department of Corrections also raised their salaries very significantly, like $800 a month in some cases. And that is putting pressure on the jail trust to retain employees there. And so, we should be aware of these external pressures coming on for retention for, critical public safety needs. And so at the appropriate time, I'm just kind of letting everybody know right now that those are two things that we ought to look at very, very strongly before anything else.
We also should mention that all over the entire country, all McDonald's, everywhere, salaries have gone up. So it puts pressure on our people with inflation at 8.5. That means they're making 8.5% less than they were last year. So it's not just one office or another office. It's the entire county offices. All of them are going to be making less because of inflation. And all jobs are paying more nowadays. We're competing with that every day.
This is yet another well-considered, conservative, and fiscally responsible balanced budget, just like our budget board has become known for enacting, and which has kept this county's finances stable despite the significant economic challenges our nation has faced in the recent years. While it's a rather tight budget, I'm pleased to preserve all public services on which Oklahoma County citizens and businesses currently rely on. Finally, I'd like to commend each member of the board, our budget evaluation team, and my staff who work with them for their hard work producing our latest balanced budget. It's not easy to do, but I feel it's the most important thing we do all year. Thank you all very much.
Was that a prepared statement?
No.
No. That's pretty good off the
I
cuff.
try to memorize
I
everything.
see. Okay, again, I just want to echo what everyone said. This is not an easy process. You all have spent the time, the hours going through vetting and all, and I would like to reiterate what was just said by Commissioner Calvi, and that is we have a lot of stuff that still is left to deal with out there, which now leads me to my annual speech. A dollar not spent is not a dollar that is lost. It's a dollar that becomes available for the 22-23. So we're not like the feds. We don't have to spend it or lose it. If you don't need it, then let's go ahead, because that's going to help build up our reserve as we make the final adjustments in September.
Colonel, we have discussed the seed corn for next year in BET.
What's seed corn again?
You stole my seed corn.
I'm sorry.
I was
Okay.
waiting for you to mention it.
I see. Thanks, Cody. Any other questions or comments on the budget?
If you served on BET, could you stand up?
Yeah, good idea.
Come on, BET.
Stand
members.
up, guys.
Stand up.
Thank you all. Chairman, may I have the honor of motioning to receive this budget?
Well, you certainly may.
Well, do we have to approve it instead of just receive?
Approve it. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion to approve the budget of $111 million plus. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second to approve our 22-23 general fund budget. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Hearing none.
Thank you.
Job well done. Job well done. Thank you. Okay, at this time, citizens' participation. I don't think we had any citizens sign up to participate, did we? Board comments, starting with the sheriff.
No comment.
I'd like to bring to everybody's attention that Tyler Eunice gave a technology award to our county clerk.
Oh.
I asked him to bring it with him today so he could show it to everybody. He showed it to me earlier, and I'm very proud of the county and his office for receiving this.
Thank you. It's for the use of totally being automated. We're the first in the United States to totally be automated for doing all of the things online that you can do in our office, and we're honored to do it. Letty Black received it in Indianapolis recently, and we were very proud to be nationally spoke about. So Oklahoma is doing well.
Congratulations.
Thank you to my staff.
Congratulations. Commissioner,
I can't think of anything. So no.
that just begs all kinds of comments. Mr. Clerk?
Thank you again for everything.
Mr. Commissioner, sit in.
Thank you.
I have nothing.
Just say, congratulations to all our college and high school and all the other graduates out there. And since this will be, I think, our last meeting right before Memorial Day, let's, while you get a 3-day weekend and all that, let's remember the real purpose of that holiday, which is to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
I'd like to say that Butch and I had a great meeting this week with the Oklahoma Housing Finance Authority, and they have some funds available to help people who have been impacted by COVID to pay their back property taxes, and it's very exciting, and I think we'll be able to promote that down the road. And it was great to have a meeting with Butch. There's only one friend in the courthouse for the treasurer, and that's the assessor. And then one friend for the assessor, and that's the treasurer, according to Butch.
Which one of you is the one that actually raises our taxes? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to start that deal.
let me add one more thing. I'm just a proud dad. My son Henry, I was with him in Woodward for the golf championship for the 4A team, and Heritage Hall. My son's team won. the state championship. And then later in that week, he was presented with the presidential award from Heritage Hall. So Henry Hooten's doing a great job, and he's going to SMU.
I'm glad you did that, because that gives me the opportunity to do a shout out for my University of Oklahoma School of Education graduate as of last Saturday, and my Choctaw High School graduate as of this past Monday. So I've had two granddaughters that are just moving right along. Really proud of them, and I personally contributed it all to me.
I would like to jump in on this. I had two of the finest young men graduate, two of my grandsons, one graduated from Harrah and the other graduated from a private school. One of them has been chosen to do coding coding is one of the toughest things in computers, and the United States government has picked him, and he's going to go to the special school to learn
That comes
coding.
from that education.
And the other one's going to do construction management. Imagine that.
You'll never find a job.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Motion. I'm sorry, we're going to the next one, aren't we? Sorry.
Just got all excited.
I think we're through the end of it, aren't we?
Nope.
New business.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
No,
Motion to
business.
adjourn.
That's first.
Oh,
Business? Any new business?
any new business? Hearing none.
Motion to adjourn.
No, I can't do it yet. I'm not there. All right. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're out of here. Thank you, board members. Sure.